chatty box. How are you guys doing? Let's see. I want to tune into the chatty box now. Good, good. Awesome. That is good. So I'm trying to see. What did I do this week? This week I hid in my basement and worked on a bunch of projects like I normally do. Although this week I had to work on a few extra things. Oh, happy birthday to your mother. I'm going to be uploading a video on Tuesday for Winter Wrap Up. It's going to be so funny. I can't tell you guys what happens though. I can't ruin it. I can't spoil the surprise, but I will be uploading a video on Tuesday. Probably actually like at midnight, so maybe I'll link you guys. And I'm also uploading a song soon because I've been working on a bunch of projects and it's so much fun. And what else have I done? I've been working. I got a new job at Max and Irma's. I'm going to be a hostess. Let's see. What did I do besides just sit around and work on projects? I feel like a little hermit. I just stay in my basement and work on pony stuff. It's pathetic. Oh, I opened some of my ponies too. Yeah, I was on Skype. I've been hanging out. Okay, guys. So, I know a lot of you guys are new because you followed us today because we're giving out a pony pillow. Oh my goodness! So, we hit 1,000 followers today on our show Twitter, and we're raffling off a Rarity pillow. It's a white pillow with Rarity's cutie mark on it, and it's really, really cute. So we raffled it, and I wanted to announce who won that, actually. So, first things first, the winner for the Rarity pillow is at Brony Dash, also known as Carlos Crash. So, Carlos, message me on Skype, I think you have me on Skype. So, message me, give me your address, we can send it to the person who donated it to us, and we will send you that pillow. Thank you so much for following, and thank you for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm going to actually give out a Sakura too, because, you know, it's not fair. I mean, we got a bunch of new people, but what about all of my dedicated listeners? In fact, this question I'm going to give you guys, it's for the really dedicated ones, because it's going to be a little difficult. So, thanks to Sandra, we are going to be giving out a Sakura toy. It's like the little glow-in-the-dark ones. And I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I want you to email it to our email. Let me see. I will put it in the chat box right now. There it is. That's such a simple address, guys. So I'm going to ask you a question. The first person to email me the answer will win a glow-in-the-dark Sakura. So, this is going to be fun. Okay, so our question is, and you guys are going to hate me so much, because it's going to be a little hard. Okay, so, who was the first person that Sandra and I ever interviewed? And this does not mean on Everfree Network, this means before we were picked up. So, our very first episode, I guess it actually might be technically our second episode, if that gives you guys a hint. The first person, though, we interviewed for the very first time. And everyone's like, what? So yeah, I'm gonna tune into email here and see who actually has that. Well, thank you for being new and thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Okay, so, let me see. I'm gonna check and see if anyone's actually got it. Cause I'm kinda curious. I don't know. Does anyone know the answer? Because I know my answers. Let's see. Tell me, Chattybox, have any of you sent me an answer? Because I'm about to find out. No! Send me answers! Oh my gosh, I actually have some answers here! I'm so proud of you guys! Okay, let's see. I'm gonna announce it. Like, the first person who gets it. I'm about to read the emails here and see. Dum 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 dum. Today I went to go see Burnt Wonderstone. I really liked it. Okay, well I've got some emails here, and unfortunately the first one wasn't correct. Okay. Nope. Okay. No one's getting it, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm really sad. No one's getting it. I've got a few emails here, but none of them have gotten it right. Okay, to repeat the question, it was someone literally emailed me saying, "Wow, I have no idea." That's like so cute. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, the question, I'll repeat the question. Who was the very first person that Sandra and I ever interviewed? Very, very first person. This, like, I didn't realize this is such a hard question. Oh, okay, we got someone. We got someone. Okay, I got it. I'm about to read the answer. Who it was? It was Brian Norton. The answer was MLP problems. I'm about ready to see everyone like face palm in the chatty box. Like, oh, Brian Norton. So email me your email or your address, and we'll send you a Sakura. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yay! All right. So now that we got a little introduction out, let's start out with some news. All right. So news. Everyone's excited. All right. So at Big Apple PonyCon, Tara Strong's single "Take My Hand" will be sold. Oh my god, I love that song. Have you guys heard that song? It's from the documentary. Take My Hand. It's going to be sold at Big Apple PonyCon. I know that Tara Strong will not be able to make Big Apple PonyCon due to past convention issues. However, she will be in a Skype chat interview, and she will also be selling her song. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting, guys. I know. Sandra and I actually listened to that song on our way up to Las Pegasus. It's like a road trip music. Okay, so there are a few rumors about a My Little Pony Monopoly game. You're going to be able to play as the main six. I want to play as the main six. Who would, okay, Chatty Box. If you could play any of the main six in Monopoly, who would you play? I would play Fluttershy. Well, it's not, it's real. I'm sorry. Alright, merchandise. Okay, so We Live Fine, they've got, let's see, we've got more main six tees. Ooh, fancy stuff. Alright, let's see. I have to like kind of look through here. Sorry. Okay, so Brony documentary. It's now available on Amazon. And I know whenever you receive a Brony, like you receive the DVD or Blu-ray, I don't know which one it is, it'll be signed by Tara, John Delancey, and Lauren Faust. So it's available on Amazon. So you guys should go buy it. Okay, now they have, oh my goodness, they've got chocolate candies now that have like pony wrappers on them. I also know that they have Easter eggs now, and inside them they've got little pony blind bags. So I definitely think you guys should go look for those. I want that in my Easter basket. I know also that they have a pony Easter, like it's like a pony themed Easter basket. Let's see. I see Walmart. So I would check Walmart. I know at Kroger they also have little sets where it's the pony and it's a crystal pony and it's got the DVD of Super Cider Squeezy and it comes with a little egg in it. It's kind of creative and it's, I guess, a way to get people to get ponies for Easter. It's my excuse, at least. I took a picture of it and I sent one to my mom like, "Hey mom, you want to get me a Rainbow Dash for my Easter basket? Because I've got all the other ponies, but I don't have Rainbow Dash." Actually, no, I don't have Applejack either. Now I'm sad. Now they also have a Fluttershy backpack. And now available at Toys R Us, they have My Little Pony hats and caps. Oh my goodness, there's so many fun things. Let's see, what else do we have? We also have, oh my gosh, guys, at Walmart, they have giant My Little Pony Friendship is Magic erasers. And at Walmart, they also have now a My Little Pony towel. They have a lot of merchandise now. They're definitely expanding because they know bronies are going to buy them. Ugh. I appreciate it, though. I mean, I really... Well, it's actually not good for me because I have a pony collection, and I have decided that one day when they move out, I will have my own room specifically for my entire My Little Pony collection. It's gonna be really unhealthy of me because it's probably gonna be like really full, and it's gonna be like that one room that you can't walk into. It's gonna be like my entire wall, like all 4 walls will be covered in posters because I've got a bunch of posters, and then every inch of the room will be full of some pony item. It'll be like all my boxes, all my cards, all my toys, all my random merch like towels and bows and patches and necklaces, and it's, oh my gosh, there's too much. I can't do it. I can't afford this, guys. I'm gonna go broke because of pony. I can't do it. Alright guys, so new conventions. EQLA is going to be May 10th through the 12th, 2013, and I know today that Saber Spark and Paleo announced that they are going to be previewing the first part of their documentary there in a panel, so you guys should go see that. That'll be really neat. I'm really excited to see what they did. They've been working for a long time on that documentary, so you guys should definitely go see that. Oh my gosh, so it's going to be broken up into 3 parts. I believe it'll be the origin, the community, and I believe, was it the origin, community, and one more thing? It's just like the fandom itself. It's really cool. Because they both did separate documentaries. Because I know Saber, he did Ballad of the Brony, and then Paleo's documentary was Why You Should Give MLP a Chance. And together, they're going to make a really neat documentary. I think they've been working on it for almost a year. Almost a year. BronyCon is best con? I agree. Alright, so BronyCon, yay! It's going to be August 2nd through the 4th, 2013, at the Hilton Baltimore Convention Center in Baltimore. And yes, Sandra and I will be having a panel there, so you guys should come see our panel, because it'll be fun. And we actually are going to have my friend Alt Riff. He's going to be performing at our panel. And I might or might not be singing with him. Alt Riff is going to flip out if I just told everyone that. If he's listening or not. He might not be. He might be talking to people. It's okay. So, other conventions. The Grand Brony Gala. It's June 19th, 2013 in Tampa, Florida. And then, what else we have? We have Big Apple PonyCon that's literally happening in a few days. It's March 23rd and the 24th in Brooklyn, New York. So, oh my god, I can't do this. There's so many things. Fiesta Equestria, June 28th to the 30th of 2013 at the West Chase Marriott Hotel in Houston, Texas. They've got Hey Ocean, Peter New. I believe they have Michael Danger. I believe that's Brayburn now, because they finally announced that Brayburn is not Andrew Francis. But okay, that's all the conventions that I've got announced here. Alright, let's see. Okay, 1 second. Okay, alright, that's news. Sorry, I had to like kind of go through and figure it all out. But that was our news for this week. And now I'm going to... No documents. I do not wish for you to pull up on my stream. Thank you very much. Alright, so every week we do Music of the Week, and we also do a few videos too. I pick them out myself, and I'll be streaming them here in a moment. I'll pull them up. And these are basically my picks of like the newest songs that were released this week. People call me like a little DJ because they really like my music that I pick out. So give me a minute here. I'm gonna move it over and set it up because I don't want it to... No! Don't. Alright, so the first song I'm about to show you guys is by Eurygma. It's called I Know I'll Make It Through. Here you guys go! Alright, and that was your Enigma. I know I'll make it through. I usually just play a little sample because obviously we don't have enough time to play the full song, but definitely wanted to kind of give you guys a taste of the music that are it's recently coming out. It's really nice. Right, so sad face, come back. Aw. I'm sorry, guys. My stream's going crazy today. I'm going to go back to this. I'm sorry. So the second song, it's called What a Magical Place. Okay, I guess this video actually might have been pulled down. Or maybe not, I'm not sure. It's kind of glitching on me. Play? Alright, no, just YouTube glitching. What a Magical Place by, let's see, Jastrian. Alright, and that was What a Magical Place. I think it's really pretty, and I like the really cute picture. I don't understand where the dog came from, though. They're just kind of like edited in there, like, okay, let's put in a dog. It'll match. And my stream keeps messing up. I don't understand that. I don't wish to click on Jaxblade's channel, no offense. I love Jaxblade, but I don't want to click on your channel, mister. Alright, so we've got Cosmic. Let's see, it's by Blue Mixed. Let's start it up.
At Mount Carmel, you are the reason for everything
Mount
we
Carmel.
do. Why we seek the best people and invest in the best equipment. So you can get better. So you can live.
Alright. Anyways, guys. Now we got aviators. I really like the aviators. So we've got a new song here. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, guys. I think I might end up skipping some of these songs because YouTube's being funny on me today. Alright, aviators. I've got to find a way. My bad. Hopefully Mount Carmel won't butt in and try to get everyone to apply there right now. Goodness sakes. Alright, so I've got to find a way. It's an aviators remix. Alright guys, and that was Aviators. I've got to find a way. Love it. I really like the picture too. I am happy with Alicorn Twilight, guys. I'm sorry. I hope I don't upset you. No, YouTube, I don't wish to go to Michelle Creeper's channel this time. Okay, so this one's Pegasisters. This is Vinyl Scratch.
Rock your world. not done yet. Kick it. Spin this.
Alright, and that was Pegasus. This is Vinyl Scratch. I really like that, actually. Oh my goodness. So cute. I don't know who the voice actress was for that, but it was really, really adorable. Alright, so I've got two short little animations here for my videos. This one is for Pi Day. It was Soren's Pie. It's really cute. God. And typical.
At Mount Carmel, you are the reason for everything we do.
Mount
Where
Carmel,
we seek the
I
best
don't wish
people
to go
and
to your
invest in
college,
the
thank
best
you.
equipment so
Yeah.
you can get better.
I refuse. I will not become a nurse or a doctor. I choose animation!
At Mount Carmel,
Oh my gosh!
you are the reason for everything
No!
we
I hide. I'm trying to hide from this. Okay. Oh my god. Let's try this again. Soren's Pie. Animation. Seriously, Tara Strong? Tara Strong is trolling me on my stream. I knew it. Very well done. Very cute. Alright, so last animation here is the melancholy of Pinkie Pie. Oh my god. If you guys know anything about me, I'm a really big anime fan. And I really, really like Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. So this is adorable. This is done by Galaxy Art Forever. Obviously, he's like a super amazing animator too, so here it is. Let me restart it here.
Day by day, I'm tired of playing games all the time. So that's it, now I quit. I am done with this for good. Oh my boy, if you don't make a choice in the end, I don't know how you'll cope when they feed you all their life. Now and again, when I look at myself and I don't know quite what to say, once I decide that I like what I find in an instant, now comes the time for a change. I say, my head. Super driver, hold on tight because I don't slow down for stragglers. I won't stop till I reach the top. Get ready, go! These success are story say is never quite like you'd imagine. That's a lie. Give it one more try. Oh, hurry up. I don't know, you don't know nobody there. But we're going all of the time.
this and get a book to the face. Very interesting way to end it. That's really cute, actually. Oh my goodness. I really, really like the original anime, Melancholy of Parsimia, and I really like that intro too. Really catchy. I actually wrote a dance to it a long time ago. It's kind of embarrassing. But yeah, so those were music. Those were the songs and the videos of the week. Alright, I'm going to move it back to my pretty little picture here that Vet made for us. Let's see. Isn't that really cute? I really like it. Alright, I'm done with YouTube's and its forever never ending derps. Alright. Hi there, Chatty Box. I can see you again now. Alright, so I'm actually going to do something a little bit different now. Before we bring on Notive, I'm going to quickly preview guys another little version of the Scootaloo song that I'm going to be releasing here in the next few days. Okay, I'm sorry. Cliff, I love you. Cliff had to make this comment, like, that I'm going to become the next doctor because of Mount Carmel. Thank you. So, anyways, I'm going to show you guys a little update on my Scootaloo song before I bring on Notive. If that's okay, like, I don't know. Do you guys want to hear it? Yeah, I have Horde. Okay, are you going? Yes. So what I'm going to do when Notive gets on here, basically, I've got a set of questions for him. And I'm also, as usual, I'm going to open up questions for the chatty box because we all know you guys want to have a chance in order to ask people, you know, their questions. So that's totally cool. Let's see if Mount Carmel lets you play it. No. Actually, this song is not on YouTube yet, which is why I'm going to show it to you guys. It's definitely different. Let me pull it up, though. I'm going to pull up let's see. Yeah, this is going to be a little interesting. It's not completed yet, guys, so don't be like, wow, that definitely seems a bit off. It's because we still need to do a little bit of blending, a little bit of timing when it comes to my voice in the second verse. But it's really nice. I really like it. Okay, so let me pull it up here. So here we go. It's called Sleepless, by the way. So here's a little preview of it. Well, I guess it's like a big preview of it. It's almost done. So yeah, it's almost done. We just have to blend a few things, and I'll put it on YouTube. And we're actually gonna have it available to actually buy, surprisingly enough. So what did you guys think of it, Chatty Box? Yay! Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. I worked really hard on it, and this song is made by not only me, but it's also made by I don't know if anyone really knows them very well, but Luxombra. They don't have very many subs on YouTube, and they deserve more. And also the Combine. So you should subscribe to them both. If you find them on YouTube, it's here. I can actually type it in the chat box right now. Let's see, Luxombra and the Combine. Okay, I don't know if it just appeared or not. I'm gonna reopen chat box really quick. Okay, not the stream. Thank you very much. Let's see. Did you guys get that? Give me a minute. Retyping in now. Luxombra and the Combine. Alright, so I'm about to pull on Notive, guys. Are you excited? I am. Alright, pulling them up right now, guys. Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to Pegasisters Live.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. We have a lot of people here, like, specifically to hear from you.
Really? That's kind of... Oh, God. I'm not even paying attention to your chat or your stream, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I was just tuning into the chatty box. I call it the chatty box, actually. I believe Dusty came to hear you.
Of course he did.
Of course he did. Dusty is amazing. I saw Paleo in here, Solrex in here waiting for you. Got a bunch of people who want to hear from you.
Well, Solarat can't yell at me, so I guess I'm safe for now.
For now. He'll be at BronyCon with me, and he'll yell at you then.
But he's so soft-spoken in person.
I know, he actually really is.
And he gives excellent hugs, that man.
I agree, definitely. Very good hugs and stuff. Yeah, and Acoustic Brony also says hi too.
Oh, well, hello there. Which one of them? That's the question, because it's a pseudonym for that encompasses two individuals. That's why it's tricky.
Ed.
Ed. How many times can you say it quickly? See, now you
He keeps going forever.
Well, you just sound like a motorcycle. You go. Congratulations, Ed. You're a motorcycle.
Oh my gosh, we should do like fan art of Acoustic Brony's OC. Like we have his OC on a motorcycle.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, can someone make that?
And the motorcycle's just going. Oh
my god, I would love that. Someone said I could repair them. Oh my. Okay, guys, I'm waiting for the fan art right now. Do it.
Okay, go. Come on, it doesn't take much time to do fan art, right? I mean, that's just like you think it, you can do it, right?
Exactly.
Isn't that how it works?
Yeah. Like it's like instantly after the show, I expect fan art, and I will put it on my Facebook so you can see it, and I'll tag you in it.
Beautiful. I love it. You should tag Ed too. Obviously.
Yes, of course, I'll tag Ed in it.
Ed. Wait before he's gonna change his Facebook name right now. I bet it. He's gonna be Ed.
Oh my god. I'm gonna watch. Ed, if you're tuning in, and I know you are, I'm expecting you to change your Facebook name right now to Ed. Got it? Or just put like a few D's on there. Everyone's so confused. They're like, what?
What happened? Did I miss something already? He's only been here for like 2 minutes.
And everyone just keeps typing ED into the chatty box. Oh my god. And Ed just said he'll see if he can.
Good. We're off to a rousing start then.
Agreed. Definitely. So, okay, so what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you some questions, and then afterwards I'll let the chatty box ask you questions. Does that sound good?
Okay. That sounds good to me. I'm just gonna put on my Tumblr right now that I'm on everfree.net and people should come by. So hopefully there'll be a nice little bump of people. I mean, we
Yeah.
one would hope anyway.
I am not following you on Tumblr. I didn't know you had Tumblr. I
That's
didn't even.
okay. It's useless, really. Ask anyone in the room who's following me. If Paleo's there, he'll tell you that it's mostly just a bunch of useless crap.
No, that's how I am too. I basically get on there to retweet like really dumb things.
hmm I follow like car blogs and
Oh
like
my.
cars blogs that post like mostly naked chicks and
Oh my.
blogs that post synthesizers and a lot of my friends I follow as well. So it's kind of an amalgamation of just all of those like this like dumb, like obviously pandering to my gender type things, and then like really just a bunch of nonsense. So
That's amazing. I'm gonna follow
that's
you just so I can see this nonsense.
all right. Follow at your own risk. It is classified NSFW just in case.
Alright, if you follow me back too, you'll just basically all you'll see is just like really stupid pictures of like kittens with captions and
Perfect.
yes, I know, right? And like little Disney gifs with like quotes on them. That's basically what I do. I just kind of mess around and do that kind of stuff.
Solid. Hold on. Here we go. The one thing I don't have yet, lamentably, is a Twitter. I've been kind of waiting for that moment when I get a smartphone when I can like be that guy who's like got the Twitter account like I am at Target with hashtag individual, and that's just the tweet. I can be that guy.
Yeah, you can because I think regardless of whatever you tweet, you're going to get a bunch of followers.
Oh my god, I love Target.
Oh my god, Target, like you're going to get like 50 replies just about Target.
Yeah, unfortunately, which is kind of also why I'm afraid of it.
I understand. I actually have done it before. Like I tweeted just like I could tweet absolutely anything and people are going to reply to me. And
Yep.
I got like 30 replies. Like that's just because we love you. And I'm like I could tweet pudding and I'll probably get like 20 retweets. I'm going to do it actually tonight. I'll tweet
All right.
pudding.
All right. I am at computer with hashtag.
With computer hashtag.
Yeah, I am at hashtag computer.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. People are like, oh my god, I'm at my computer too.
Oh my god, we have so much in common. Amazing. So, okay, I'm going to get started with some questions. So,
Sure, by all means.
yeah, totally. So, when did you join the fandom?
Well, it's kind of a complicated story, to be perfectly honest with you, because I started watching the show in January 2011, kind of when we were in the middle of the first season, and I was sort of aware that there was like a fandom going on at the time, but I kind of made a conscious effort to avoid it because
Okay.
I mean, you know, I've been around fandoms before, and I was just kind of like, all right, well that's neat. I guess I downloaded some fan art, but that was really about the extent of it. I think I remember the day that Not a Clever Pony had come out with for the new Lunar Republic. I remember that day actually because I was like, oh man, there's fan music now? That's new. I haven't heard of that before.
Mm-hmm.
And so probably wasn't until it got that I had to start like, I don't know. I found My Little Remix at some point. I think it was probably September of that year, 2011. And it had been a while since I'd been doing any music production. I thought like, all right, well, there's obviously a culture of fan music, and this is where they hang out, and I'll just go in there and I'll ask a lot of questions and soak up some knowledge because it seemed like they know what they're talking about. And I think I wasn't someone who like made the conscious decision to join the fandom. I sort of had it thrust upon me at some point. I think I was just sort of like in there. I was making some stuff. People seemed to like it. And then all of a sudden people on YouTube started noticing, and I just kind of like out of obligation had to start paying attention to what was going on. Otherwise I really wouldn't have any idea. Even now though, I'm not particularly involved. It's just sort of something that I kind of keep my finger on the pulse of, but otherwise I'm not particularly the goings. I mean, the goings-on of the inner politics of fan stuff is not something I pay attention to any remarkable extent. So I mean, it's hard to say exactly when I joined, but I think if you wanted to put a date on when things sort of shifted, I could say September 2011 is pretty definitive. The moment when things sort of changing, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Twinsies. I joined in August of 2011.
Boom.
So close. Oh my goodness.
Yep, you got me beat though. Technically, I suppose.
Oh yeah, I guess so. It's not too long, but it was around like the end of August. So not too bad.
Yeah.
All right. So how long have you been playing music?
I think probably since I exited the womb, to be perfectly honest. I mean, ever since there's been a keyboard in front of me, I've just been finding ways to play it. My earliest memories involve keyboards, and because my parents were musicians when I was growing up, they had a studio in our basement all throughout my childhood,
Oh
and
wow.
my mother's a professional singer, and my grandma was a musician, and my great grandfather played trumpet in the Navy, so it kind of runs in the family. So, I mean, as long as I can remember, there have been instruments around, and that's something. It's just always. There's actually a picture of me somewhere. I'm probably like 5 or 6 years old, and I have a little keyboard set up on blocks. It's pretending to have a recording studio, like a Fisher tape, with like a Fisher Price tape recorder, with like a microphone taped to the speaker of the keyboard, thinking I was like, really, really cool. I was like, 4 or 5 years old. So, I mean, there's never. That's something I can't give you a definitive date on because it's just always been around.
Oh
So.
yeah. That's kind of adorable.
Mhm.
Oh my
Well,
god.
if you say so.
I'd say so. Like a little kid walking. Oh my god, I think it's cute. Like, what kind of
All right.
instruments do you know how to play? But like, do you know how to play like anything specific?
Not really. No, I just have my keyboards, and I mean, if I sat down in front of a piano, I could play it competently, I suppose. But I can't really read a staff, and then I can kind of play guitar a little bit. But I'm not. I don't really consider myself much of an instrument person or musician, even really. I'm sort of just a producer, which is I'm most at home, sort of in a studio environment. So I mean, it's to put me in front of an actual instrument and sort of like in an ensemble setting, it'd be a little bit beyond me to really figure my way. I could probably muddle my way through it, but it's kind of not really what I'm about. So
Yeah, I definitely feel like kind of new to you. Like,
I mean, I'm sure it's at some point I can really just sit down and like learn it and take a bunch of time, like half a year, and just try to like rehearse and practice and get good at it, and actually like play things and be able to like be a part of a band, quote unquote. But it's really not what I've ever been interested in. So
Yeah, no, I understand.
Mhm.
All right, so what inspires you for like different songs?
oh gosh, that's kind of a loaded question because um, there's always something that inspires me, but it comes from many different sources, and sometimes it's cathartic. Sometimes I have to I have a feeling, an emotion that I need to like get out or release. I need to have like something just kind of. I need to like get energy moving, and sometimes I'll just. I mean, sometimes I can just hear something in my head. It'll just be running around, and I just sort of like my job at that point is just sort of transcribing what I hear in my head part by part and putting it into my software, putting it into words, whatever. There's always that, which happens sometimes, I suppose. And then there's always the way, sometimes I'll just be playing around on an instrument, on a synth or whatever, and I'll hear a sound that I like, and I'll kind of explore the sonic properties of it and come across something that I think sounds good and incorporate that into something. So there really isn't like a definitive pathology to how it evolves or comes to be. It just sort of I don't know. I can't really explain my creative devices. If I had a firm grasp on what my creative MO was, I could replicate it easily and quickly on a repeat basis. So I could be like, all right, this clearly worked for this, and I'm just going to do that over and over again. And
Oh
maybe
yeah, that'd be hard.
I mean, maybe that's a trick I'll learn someday, but not today. So it just kind of it happens whenever it happens. It's really organic, and I can't control it.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
it's kind of nice. It brings different variety when when you have different influences from different areas.
Yeah, I mean, there's no definitive way to really pin down what it is that inspires me to do it. I mean, putting things within the context of the show certainly doesn't hurt because it gives me something more definitive to cling to. But I mean, that it's also kind of a nice exercise in that sense too, because I'm sort of restrained to a certain context instead of being all pretentious and open and stuff. So
Mhm.
anyway,
Anyway, so
Mhm.
do you have a favorite Bernie musician?
a favorite musician.
Don't mind that they're listening.
I know, really, it's like don't mind that probably some of them are paying attention.
They're
Well,
gonna be like,
it's tough to say because I feel like there are very few of them that are like exclusively brony musicians now. But I mean, first and foremost, one of the first people I ever discovered was Glaze. So he's high on my list of people whose work I will always pay attention to. I'd say Zako is a good friend of mine, and I love everything he does. Replacer as well is someone I don't know how he comes up with what he comes up with, but it's so musically complex and interesting to listen to. I don't know. I can't pick like an absolute favorite. I can only just kind of like have a couple off the tip of my tongue that are people that I really, really like.
yeah, that's understandable.
You know, because I don't want to play favorites either, because that would just be me.
They're all gonna listen like, I know I'm secretly his favorite, but he just doesn't want to hurt others' feelings.
I know. Well, it's there are very few people I've encountered where I've like said like, oh God, that's just awful. I don't ever want to associate with that person. It's just not the case. It's just personal taste on my part because it's not like my disliking or not favoring someone means I think their work is awful. It's just I have just very peculiar taste, so it sort of has to strike me. Oh, Aviators as well, I suppose I should throw on the list because I think he should do more future pop. I'm not sure what he's doing now, but I think he needs to do more old school EBM because he's got the voice for it. But that's just me.
Yeah, I like Aviators a lot too.
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard much from him lately. I've always liked him as a person as well, but I think he's a pretty busy guy.
Yeah, he definitely seemed pretty busy at a Lost Pegasus.
Oh,
Everyone kept stopping him.
He's quiet too in person.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was kind of shy too. I just kind of stood behind Slorak while he was talking to him.
Well, at BronyCon there was a moment when I missed. There was like this big musician kind of hangout, and like I kind of was like late because I was talking to some people, and so like they all went to get like really expensive Chinese food, and I missed out on this. And so did a couple other people too. So I think it was like me and Fenning and Aviators, and then Paleo was with us, and I think and someone else was with us too. And no, I think maybe Sean, maybe Zonk was with us, and we all ended up going to Burger King instead, right across the little walkway there. And so like then I just ended up sitting next to Aviators. He's like just real quiet, and he's like, and he kind of silently confessed to me. He's like, "Hey, man, you should give me some fashion advice because you're like dressed like a musician. I feel like a bum." And I'm like, "Tight pants, man. All it takes."
Oh my.
So.
Is it all in the tight pants? Just gotta.
It's clearly all in the tight pants. The secret is pants that are meant for girls.
Oh my god. Not even I wear tight pants.
Well.
I wear like I just wear like leggings and sweatpants. I know that's so unattractive, guys.
It's okay. Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? I kind of like lazy sweatpants and stuff on girls. I mean, my girlfriend can tell you this. I'm like, when she wears sweatpants, I'm like, well, hello.
Oh my.
I see you're wearing sweatpants tonight. And then she goes, shut up.
When did you like meet your girlfriend?
We've been together for 3.5 years.
Oh my goodness. Is she a brony?
More or less. I mean, we discovered the show together, and I think she was just as shocked as I was to discover there was like this huge community around it. I mean, like we kind of knew that it was like this sort of underground internet thing that started on 4chan, and we just thought it was like this great big joke. You know, like, oh, that's so funny. There are all these like nerdy guys that think this show is cool, and then like, you know, we come along like, you know, from where we were in January, and then we find where things are in September. We're kind of like, holy crap, this is turning into something.
Yeah, it's a really big thing now.
I mean, she's gonna come with me to BronyCon, so I mean, she's not like a huge she's not into the community, doesn't follow the fandom, isn't like a religious devotee to the show. But I mean, she's gonna come with me just because I want to be like, all right, sweetie, this is what it's all about. Take it or leave it.
Oh,
yeah.
That's gonna be really cool. Will this be her first Brony convention?
Yeah, first and probably only. I don't know, unless she like really, really likes it. I mean, she and I have both gone to lots of conventions before, and I mean, I don't really travel the PonyCon circuit because there are so many other great conventions that happen here in Minneapolis we'd both go to. So like we're going to this huge sci-fi convention in. Okay, I'll remember the date eventually when it comes to me, but it's a huge sci-fi convention, and it is coming at some point this summer.
It's sometime.
And a couple anime conventions, I think, actually. What the crap is his name? Who does Fry's voice in Futurama. He's coming to a con we have here in September.
Well, that's neat.
So we have lots of conventions that happen here. We go to it all our friends. And for me, the fun of being at a con is just like wasting a bunch of time with all your friends. I mean, I don't think I went to any more than like one panel at BronyCon last year. So
Yeah, I think that's honestly like, same position. Like definitely whenever me and Sandra and I kind of go, we really don't go to any panels, and that sounds like really bad because we pay all this money to go, but we just want to hang out and see everyone.
I mean, and the thing is, oh yes, and someone in the chat said Billy West. That's who I was looking for. Thank you. So
Thank
anyway,
you, Random Pony. That's his name on there.
yes. So yeah, I mean, the thing is, conventions for me are just about, especially like when it's one like this where you cross country to see all these internet friends you don't get to see every day. For me, the fun is just kind of like a meeting with individuals that you share a connection, share a bond with, and that was what was fun about BronyCon last year. Well, a lot of things made that con fun, but that was number one, is seeing all those people that had never actually met before, but that I had met before. I mean, you know what that's like, so.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like, you know, you meet someone and you like kind of know on the internet and you're like, oh man, Brony, I know you from somewhere. You know, I've seen your music or I've watched your video. It's like a really cool feeling, honestly.
Well, also, I mean, that's when I was shadowing a living tombstone for a while. I had to escort him away from the main convention to go somewhere else, and we couldn't make it more than 10 or 15 feet without someone pointing him out, going, "Hey, you're that guy."
Wait, what?
Yeah,
what
we well, okay. Well, I was walking with the living tombstone with two, and I had a rental car for the weekend, and I was going to drive him from the convention itself, from the convention proper, and like take him from where we were to where a bunch of the musicians were just going to meet up and hang out for the rest of the evening. And we couldn't really go anywhere because the moment we'd start walking somewhere, someone would say, "Hey, you're the living tombstone. Will you sign this thing for me?" And it's like, you know, it's kind of funny when that happens because on the one hand, like, it's super flattering. On the other hand, it's also like kind of weird. And then if you have a third hand, it's also kind of like strange and awkward. But you know, whatever, we roll with it. So I mean.
No, yeah, definitely. I know what you mean. I didn't get stopped. I mean, obviously, I don't get stopped too often, but I know Sorak kept getting stopped. We're like trying to get to the restaurant, stopping again.
Yep.
It's like, oh my gosh, you stopped so many times. I feel like half the convention is stopping to talk to someone.
Yes, I mean, and that's fine. That's super fun. So I mean, it's always, especially when people can like hold a conversation with you. I had this one girl come up to me. It was like a friend of a friend. I think she's a friend of Final Drafts.
Oh,
and
yeah?
She's like, I love Depeche Mode so much, and I love that you love them. And I'm like, thank you, and I'm like, I can't wait for them to go on tour next year. And then we had this conversation that had nothing to do with what was going on at the convention, and that's great. I love that, because I'm like, all right, we have commonalities. And that's good. So.
Yeah, you can actually like hold a conversation. Have you ever had someone where they just kind of go up to you and they're like, "Hi, I like your music," and they just kind of stare at you?
A little bit. My only experience with this would have been at BronyCon last year because I haven't been to any other conventions, and I don't really travel much, and I'm kind of a recluse. So this is the first interview I've probably done in about a year.
Oh my goodness!
If that puts it in perspective. So,
well, I'm honored. Thank you.
Yeah, I like you. You're fun, so that's fine with me. Wait, well, okay. 'Cause I do get random strangers who ask me, and I'm like, "Who are you? What network are you from? And do I know you? And what are we going to talk about?" And it's difficult for me to do an interview with someone I don't trust, because I want to feel like I'm actually going to, like, you know, be talked to like a person instead of like, "Oh, you're oh man."
You are the god of gods.
I know, and I've also just had bad interviews where like the guy was like eating a pizza while he was like interviewing me, and I'm like, this is. Yeah, let's not do this one again. So,
very classy.
Anyway, so like that does happen. People are just like, "Oh, you're so cool," and I always try to just be very polite. Like, thank you for saying that. It was really nice to meet you. You know, because I mean, I don't want to. I'm not a mean person. I can't like just like say no to someone and like be a jerk. That's not at all what I want to do. I mean, sometimes I do have to go do things. I might be kind of like. I might be a tiny bit standoffish, not because I want to be mean, but because I really do need to go somewhere. And, you know, as much as I'd love to, like, stay and chat, I do have places to be sometimes. So, anyway, that does happen, too.
Yeah, and, definitely. No, I understand. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to go to my next question. I got, like, totally off Got
That's
totally
fine.
confused for a second. It's okay.
I'm kind of a chatterbox, so I'll apologize in advance that I just like to ramble and go off on tangents.
Oh
I
no,
hope you
not
don't
at
have
all.
too stringent of a time limit.
Oh no, not at all. It's pretty free-willed, honestly. We can kind of go for as long as we really want.
Well, my girlfriend and my roommate and my sister are all here upstairs. They're all playing Portal, so I mean, like at some point I will have to reappear back up into my living room. But this is a nice little diversion. So
Do you like Portal?
I do. I played the first one a couple of times. I have the second one. Haven't played it very much, but I'd really like to, just because I dig the whole. See, I think for me, I'm not a gamer, and so I like games with minimal commitment. And the first Portal's great because you can play through it in 4 hours. The second
Yeah,
Portal would probably take me a couple of days, and so
it's longer.
I'm kind of intimidated by games that require a lot of commitment. So like my favorite kind of games are racing games because I can go in and play a race or two and be done.
Exactly, yeah, like just like Mario Kart, just jump on in and get out whenever you want.
I don't have a copy of Mario Kart anymore. I should get one.
Oh,
My living room, the only two consoles in my living room, my N64 and my Xbox 360. My other consoles are kind of tucked away. So,
oh my gosh. Okay, what's your favorite game on the N64?
that's a tough one because I have some really obscure games.
Oh no, me too. I love the
I
N64. It's my favorite console.
I like you already. Rush 2049. You ever play that one?
Yes?
Okay, that's probably my favorite game on the N64. I mean, up there with maybe GoldenEye. Those are the two I play the most frequently. Um, Now, actually, here's a funny story is about Rush 2049. Do you like the soundtrack for Rush 2049?
Yes. Oh my gosh, so much.
Okay, I know the guy who did the soundtrack for Rush 2049. I met him. And his name is Barry Leach. He's a video game composer. He's been around since the Commodore 64 days. And I came across him on MySpace many years ago, probably like 2006, 2005. And I found him. He's like, who the hell is this? And I'm like, believe it or not, Mr. Barry, I'm quite a fan of yours, Barry. And he was just like blown away. He was like, really? People are fans of me?
That's so cool.
And like, it's because of that game that I kind of started getting into it. Like, I was like, oh, this is simple enough. I could probably replicate this because I got into all this through video game music, and that was one of the video games that always stuck out to me. I've been at this for like 10 years now. That's where I started, was with video game stuff. And so if it quite literally hadn't been for the soundtrack to that game, I might not have had I might not have learned a lot of the early lessons that I learned about electronic music. So Barry is someone that I look up to a lot. And now he kind of like, every now and then he like sends something my way that he's working on. Like, Matt, what do you think of this? My kid said I can't do dubstep, but I think differently. What do you think of this?
That is really neat.
I know. So, funny story about Rush 2049. I liked it so much that I became friends with the composer.
That is really neat. I think people in the chat box might be jealous.
He's
I'm a little jealous.
He's a cool guy. He's also kind of like a redneck too, but he's from Scotland, but he lives in New York, and he tells me these stories about how he like, well, someone's trying to call me, but they don't get to talk to me right now. He tells me the story about how he has like this big car. It's called a Mercury Marauder, which is basically like a big police cruiser that's been souped up from the factory, and it's like got tinted windows and big chrome wheels, and it's got a big powerful V8 in it. And he talks about how he like there was this guy that he couldn't pass that like cut him off on this dirt road. So like when he took a corner, he like zoomed around him and made it a point to spray mud all over his car as he passed him. It's like, you're a man after my own heart. Not only do you like talk the talk as far as racing game soundtracks go, but you actually drive the cars. So I'm like, all right, Barry, that's cool.
It matches because he did the soundtrack for that game.
Exactly. I hope he like listens to it like as he like drives along. So.
Yeah. He's just like kind of going with the sunglasses on.
Oh my god, no, I don't think. Anyway,
He must.
It must happen.
I think it should happen. He needs to like upload a video, like on YouTube or something of him doing that.
He's a very private person. He doesn't really. I think he has a YouTube channel, but it's not like Barry Leach official. It's like just some random, like, I don't even remember what it is. He doesn't post music very often. I think last I heard he was working for Fisher-Price doing like you remember years ago there were those Pixter things that came out, the little handheld games.
Oh yeah.
He was doing soundtrack for like the electronic like lullaby machines and stuff like that.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Mhm.
That's really neat. I'm trying to think. What other N64 games do you like? I know I'm a really big fan of Conker's Bad Fur Day and Banjo-Kazooie.
I never played those. So
Oh
I was
no.
always in racing games and shooters. So I played Rush 2049, I had Rush 2, First Rush, I had Ridge Racer 64, Cruising USA.
Diddy Kong
Um,
Racing?
no, I didn't have that one. I played it, but I wasn't quite as skilled with that one. Like Mario Kart 64, which I don't have a copy of right now. I also played like GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, Star Fox 64,
Oh, nice.
Battle Tanks Global Assault. That really about sums it up. We rented a lot of games, but there weren't quite as many that I felt compelled to own.
No, yeah, I know what you mean. Isn't it
Uh,
weird to see Mario
oh,
Kart
Hydro Thunder.
64? Oh, Hydro Thunder, nice.
Hydro Thunder is the other one.
Isn't it kind of weird to see like Mario Kart 64 like basically kind of advance through all the way? Basically, what didn't it go to? It went to the 64. It's on the GameCube. It's on the DS. It's on the
Mm-hmm.
Wii now.
Well, I don't have any of those other consoles. I never liked the controller for the GameCube, so I didn't get one.
Mm-hmm.
We got a PS2 instead, and the Wii isn't HD, so I can't get that either because that's the only thing. That's what I like about the 360 and the PS3 is that they're HD. So I like the Wii, but I couldn't own one. So I can't really speak on the progression of Nintendo stuff because the N64 is kind of where I stopped. Oh no, I have a Game Boy Advance, but that's where I stopped.
Oh my gosh, what do you play on the Game Boy Advance?
I didn't play much. I had it briefly, and then I just kind of stopped playing it because I had a lot of old Game Boy games that I kind of wanted to play in color. And then I had the Final Fantasy reboot thing that came out, Final Fantasy 1 and 2. I basically just got all my old Super Nintendo games that I used to play as a kid on the Advance because I wanted to play them again, but not with my TV. So I had Donkey Kong Country 3,
Oh, nice.
Yoshi's Island. I don't know. I don't have a whole bunch of games for that because I didn't. That was when I was a senior in high school, and I kind of got into college and forgot about my Game Boy. So,
Oh my gosh, we need to like discuss games like outside of the stream sometime because we have a lot of good game things in common.
well, my big thing now is Sega because nobody cares about Sega anymore. So I have my Sega Genesis that I paid $20 for,
Ooh.
and like a crap load of games like Mortal Kombat 2. My roommate's got Street Fighter 2.
Oh,
I've been
Street Fighter!
buying all these random like sports games for it because nobody cares about sports games anymore apparently. So you can buy these really fun sports games for like $5 and just like go, oh man, World Series baseball, yeah.
It's true. They're a lot cheaper now. Like at all the retro game stores, they literally just have them just stocked up for like $2
Wall to wall.
each.
Yeah, I know. Nobody cares about sports games and nobody cares about the Sega.
It's
I don't know why.
sad.
Sega Genesis is a great console. I love it. That's the one of my vintage consoles that I have. That's the only one my roommate and I play pretty consistently is the Sega.
It's kind of sad. I wish they would pay more. I don't know. I just wish they got more recognition.
Give it 5 more years. Give it a couple more
Yeah.
years. People will care about the Sega again.
Exactly, and then I'll start maybe. I don't know. Maybe the price for it will maybe possibly go up. I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe I don't care if the price goes up because I've already got one. So
Very neat. Very, very neat. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let's see. I'm gonna go back to my
we've
question.
really gotten back on a tangent now. So just by all means, go. Just
I
go
started
away and we'll
it.
smack where we gotta go.
I started with Portal. I'm sorry.
Portal.
Portal. I love Portal. On my 18th birthday, I got a Portal cake. That was a few years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like, Mom, I want a Portal cake for my birthday, and I just kind of showed her a picture, and apparently, like, the people at Kroger kind of laughed at her when they showed her the cake. They're like, really? What is this?
Yeah. Well, it's based on an actual cake by some bakery out by where the programming developers, where Valve is. So.
Oh, nice. I didn't know. I did not know that.
So you can actually go out to where Valve is, and there's a bakery down the road that actually sells the cake that cake is based on.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, no, it's people who go out there, go find the bakery, and they get the cake.
Yeah, they just kind of like referenced a picture. I think they use like little like the little red hot bowls. I don't know what they're even called.
I think aren't they like, I don't know, what
Like
are
the
those things?
fireballs
I thought they were cherries.
Oh, I don't know. Well, on my cake they use like little fireballs because.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, it was interesting. It might have been better with cherries.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? Okay, so do you have like 3 different people who you like to collab with, possibly?
Not really. I don't really. I mean, not to sound like a snob, but I don't really do collabs. They're just really difficult and really stressful for me. Mostly because A, my computer is really old, and B, I use I use software that nobody else uses, and C, when I'm not using the software nobody else uses, I'm using hardware that nobody else has. So it just makes collaborations really difficult to pull off. And so I just don't really bother with them, to be perfectly honest with you. I did the one with Sean, with Sako, but it's because we found a good way to split up the work that didn't stress me out and didn't stress him out. We were both able to play on sort of what he's good at and what I'm good at. And that's really the only true collaboration I've done that hasn't involved just like contributing. It's either, it's always kind of like the one person does 90% of the work and some one person does 10%. And that's that's how they've been so far.
Oh, no.
So, people are always like, oh, I love the thing you did with Yelling at Cats and Aviators. And I'm like, well, I really only did like 5% of the work on that. The rest was all Aviators. It wasn't a collaboration. It was just me writing a couple lines. So
They just kind of threw it in there like, oh, hey, we did this with Notive.
Yeah, exactly. Just like, all right. So I don't really do collabs. Maybe I will eventually, but it's not really. I'm not really that interested, to be perfectly honest. So
No, that's fine. I was just kind of curious. A lot of people have different answers to that.
Well, I just don't have a lot of free time anyway, so it's kind of hard to like. I mean, the only people I'd really want to work with are like in different time zones, so and they have different schedules. I work full time, so it's difficult to find time to even sit down and talk with someone on Skype.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, no, it's understandable, totally. So, how often do you write music?
That's tough because I go through spurts. I will go 6 months I will go 6 months without doing a single thing, and then suddenly have a month where I do 4 things, or then I'll have like a month, or I'll do one thing a month. I don't know. It's really difficult to say because my schedule, my lifestyle changes so much, and it's difficult to really get a good sense because this last year is even the only year I've been really even dedicated to it. And I've just had so much that's gone on to kind of keep me from it to really give you an accurate answer as far as how often.
No, that's understandable.
On average, it's probably once every 2 or 3 months that I come up with something worth pursuing. Maybe once a month. So.
That's understandable. Everyone gets busy, and then once in a while they're like, man, I've got an idea. Oh, I've got another idea, and there's like in the zone.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is kind of like not about music. I guess it's more about ponies. I hope that's okay.
Okay. All right. No, that's fine. Oh, fine.
Guess I must. All right. So, do you have a favorite pony?
Yes, Rarity.
Rarity. Why is that?
She reminds me of my girlfriend. To be perfectly honest with you, that's why.
That's really cute.
Like, they're basically the same. It's kind of adorable. I didn't realize this at first. She was kind of my favorite at first was Pinkie Pie, and because she also reminds me of my girlfriend, to be honest with you. But she's kind of Rarity Pie. Put them together. So I mean, I don't know. I think I wrote this long. I got an ask about this on my Tumblr like a year ago, and I wrote a really long, complicated explanation as to why. And I think it's because she's the deepest character. She's a deliberate underachiever. She could be in Canterlot making her dresses, but she limits herself to Ponyville. I think she's afraid of failure, and I think that's a really human thing to be afraid of. She has a mask. She has a shell she wears. She's really ostentatious on the outside because she's sensitive and fragile on the inside. And that's also a really endearing human thing to do. Those are kind of my 2 big ones that I was like, she's a complicated character, and I like that.
Yeah, definitely. She's... I love Rarity too. She's just such a sweetheart. And a lot of people... Yeah, I agree. I know, like, a lot of people, like, at first, like, oh, Rarity, she's so selfish. But literally, like, her element is generosity. I don't understand.
I think it's just because it's kind of almost an ironic twist. She's just sort of like, she's really selfish on the outside, but it's just sort of like to protect the fact that she's really sensitive and caring and sweet on the inside. She has layers, like an ogre.
I was just about to say that. Oh my gosh. Ogres have layers.
You've been Shrek, and apparently ponies have layers too.
Yes, guys. So ponies are like ogres. They have layers.
They have layers.
Okay, so do you have a favorite background pony?
Not particularly. I mean, I don't know. I don't really pay attention to the background ones too much. I do. See, she's not a background pony, but she is a secondary character. I also do really like Cheerilee.
Oh, Cheerilee's nice.
She's not a background character, but she's sort of like a secondary character, and she's just kind of delightfully derpy, and I love that about her. Like, oh, Spike, it's your birthday?
That's so adorable. I just have a random hat in my sack here. Here you go.
Here's my pimp hat. Bloop.
I wonder what that was originally going. Like, what was she originally doing with that hat?
We don't need to know.
Oh my! I'm like quite curious. I wonder
I-
if that was going to someone special.
Maybe it was a preemptive gift for Big Macintosh. I know, maybe. I don't know.
It could have been.
Who knows? Who knows? I don't need to know. I don't want to know.
It's still a mystery.
Do do do.
Yeah, oh my gosh. That's so funny. Okay, so this might be like a hard question, as I know every time when people ask me this, I had to sit there and kind of think about it. Do you have
Sure.
a favorite season?
I think season 2 is my favorite.
Agreed.
It had the right elements. It was really, they had hit their stride. They knew what they were, I mean, not to say that they lost their stride, but it felt cohesive. It felt like season 1 kind of felt like it was sort of stumbling over itself a little bit at first.
Mm-hmm.
And season 2 they hit their stride and kind of figured out what they were going to do. And season 3 is just a little too short for me to really render a judgment on it. So I think season 2, I mean, season 2 gave us, even though technically it was the end of season 1, season 2 gave us John Delancey, and I can't really argue with that as the
Yes.
massive Star Trek fan that I am. So,
Oh, you're a Trekkie?
oh, definitely. This is the most recent thing I put on my Tumblr. People were comparing the Brony fan or the Star Trek fan, and I'm like, excuse me, excuse me. The most fan service that Bronies ever got was Derpy. We Star Trek fans had a letter writing campaign and got a space shuttle named Enterprise. Check your privileges, please.
Oh man.
Mhm.
Oh my god. That's a little crazy. Like, what were they saying, like, in comparison? Like, just...
I could read it to you, but that would defeat the point of it being on my blog, now wouldn't it?
What? That laugh was so scary. I'm gonna hear that in my dreams tonight.
Nightmare fuel laugh.
I'm going to, like, tonight I'm gonna just try to fall asleep. And I'm gonna start hearing that, like, laugh, and I'm gonna, like, go up to my, like, little sisters and I'm like, I can't sleep. That's scary.
Right, I won't do it again, I'm sorry.
I'm frightened. Thank you very much. No, I'm kidding.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's see. Do you have like a favorite thing about the fandom itself?
I don't know. I sort of like, I do really enjoy the sense of like, I hate to use the word brotherhood because it's a gendered term because it's obviously not an accurate one, but I mean like camaraderie is the word I'm looking for. The sense of camaraderie, the sense of we're all in this together that I really like, and that was sort of impressed upon me very firmly when I left the convention last July, or actually I suppose it was August by that time. No, it was July. Keep reading, it was like 4th of July weekend. It was the same time as Convergence here in Minneapolis, so I left that convention like really was kind of overwhelmed by that sense of camaraderie, that we're all sort of like, we're there, man. We're there for you, man.
Yeah, like kind of like a family.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a family, but it is definitely a bond. It's an intense and very visceral and important one. I don't know. There are other things to me that are still more important than the fandom, but
Oh
you know.
yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just gonna like family's pushing it maybe, but definitely I have people that feel like brothers and people that feel like sisters. But I hope I'm making sense. It's sort of like it's not a dry thing. It's emotional, but it's not really like a familial thing.
No, definitely, it's not like you're close, but you're not like crazy obsessed. Like you need them all the time. I guess, kind of.
Yeah. It's a support network. It's really nice to have.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. They're always there for you. It's really nice.
It's true. There are a couple people who I will probably never really lose touch with as a result. I mean, the internet friends come and go. I mean, I have like 400 people on my Skype contacts list. I'm obviously not going to stay friends with all of them forever.
Oh my.
So I mean, there will be a handful of people that stay close that I will carry with me for the rest of my life. Hopefully, providing that they don't have any other dramatic changes for them either. I don't know. We'll see. Everyone else is so much younger than me. They have so much more like growing and seasoning to do. So who knows what's going to happen in the future?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so do you have any future projects coming up?
Oh, I do. I've got quite a few things coming down the pike, but I'm not really at liberty to speak about them in detail because then if I start talking about what I've got planned, everyone's going to want to know when it's going to be done. And I really can't say when it's going to be done because I don't honestly know.
That is true. They're like, okay, so when's this gonna be released again? And
Yeah,
everyone's
like
gonna bug you.
because I go through. I've gone now that I moved. I bought a house and I live in my studio now basically, and I can kind of live it. But I mean, I still work 40 hours a week, and I've got a social life, and I've got roommates and things to take care of. I have an aquarium now, so I mean, my free time is
wow.
limited. So I mean, it's kind of like as much as I would love to spend all of my free time down here working on stuff and doing stuff, I just don't always get the chance to do so. So
Understand, definitely. It's, you know, you have to have life outside of ponies and projects.
well, and outside of the studio for that matter. Like I said, as much as I would love to be down here all the time, like I got a bunch of things done during Christmas. In fact, the apology, the last song I did, I had recorded around Christmas time, but it took me a long time just to finally finish it. And the only reason I got all that stuff done was because I deliberately took off like a week and a half from work, so I could just live down here and stay in my house for 3 or 4 days at a time and just get a bunch of stuff done.
Oh yeah,
So
very nice. So how did, this is kind of like different-ish too, I don't know. Like how did you get in contact with AC Race Fest for Bronies React?
he found me, to be perfectly honest. We talked about this moment. He was kind of like, I was like, so he was basically just looking for people that had a good camera and that looked good on camera and that were kind of funny. And I guess I sort of squeaked by on that criteria. Sort of like, yeah, I guess. He looks like he could be entertaining. And that's really about all there was to it. He just like sent me a message on YouTube like, hey, I'm doing this thing. Want to be part of it? And I was thinking like, who the hell is this guy?
Just random person.
I know. Well, at that point, it was sort of like, I hate to use the word like, you know, famous, but I mean, at that point, nobody really knew who I was. So I was getting a lot less of these random people messaging me asking for favors. So I was kind of like, okay, well, all right, that sounds like it could be fun. What do I have to do? And he sent me like this like script of questions and like directions on like where to look and what kind of tone I should have. And I was like, all right. So I mean, that was really about the extent of it. And we've kind of been. There's actually another Bronies React I should be working on right now, but I haven't had a chance to. So.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be coming up pretty soon.
Yeah, I really should film my footage of that tonight if he's gonna get it done this week. So.
Yes, that's what he said. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm excited for that.
He's probably really mad at me, so maybe we shouldn't talk about him anymore.
He's just like.
It's always me. I'm always the last one. I mean,
Oh
it's
no.
because I feel like it is anyway. And last time I was the last one because every time I uploaded it to him, it never went through properly.
Oh gosh. Derps everywhere.
Pretty much. And also, it's like 45 minutes of footage, so I had to trim it down before I could send it to him properly.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate your parts on the first Bronies React. I still kind of stand by them. Yeah, because you saw me. You saw me that one time when I randomly posted one of your quotes as my status.
I think so. I don't remember.
Yeah, because you commented like, "I'll always be labeled."
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Okay. Here's the problem too. I go to the local meetups, and nobody knows me as a musician. They're always like, "Hey, you're that guy from Bronies React," and I'm like, "Yep, that's me." So,
oh my god!
like, nice to meet you.
It hurts secretly.
I'm like, stabbing myself repeatedly.
I'm so sorry. I felt so bad. Like, I legitimately thought you were upset. Like, well, I guess I'll always be labeled with this.
No, I wasn't actually upset. I approached with a sense of humor, but still, it's just kind of like, this again, because that became a cliche for the longest time. And it's like I thought we were past this now. I thought I'd done other things, but nope. Yes.
I mean, yeah. I it's, you know, it's older, but I don't know. I guess I just kind of re-looked at it or something, and I'm like, that quote will never get old. So I just like randomly posted it. Like, this is the best quote in the entire video, I swear. Like, I know, it's crazy.
Like, good sir, I see you from the other side of the street as well. As we can foray to the dance floor and be the other side of the street together.
That was the best. Along with the, about the brony babies and the brony families.
Oh God! See, the thing is, I was just rambling at that point, and I didn't think he was gonna put it in, and he did, and I was like, oh God, why is this in here? I sound like a moron.
No, not at all. I thought that was so true. Like, I'm sitting there like, power of the people, this is gonna happen. All the brony boys and all the brony girls are gonna get together and make brony babies. Like, this is gonna happen. Like, I agree. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, it sounds kind of horrifying and kind of wonderful at the same time. So
Brony families all get together and they're just taking
uh,
over the world.
all the children in their like little outfits, all
Oh
mad.
god. Oh, yeah, like the big suits, like the ones that you get at the conventions, like the hoodies and stuff. I've seen them before. Like there's like little
Oh
kids walking
God!
around. Yeah,
Tonight at 11, Bronyism evolves into a cult.
oh god. I could actually say that. I mean, they've said a lot of things about us. I wouldn't doubt they would have said that about us.
No, my dad was telling me like, yeah, they had the thing on the news the other night. They didn't know what to make of it. And I'm like, they never do.
Yeah, exactly. They never do. There's like, oh, grown men ponies. Men, children.
Whatever. I temper it by being into a lot of other things because that's just the truth. So I have a lot of other hobbies beyond just that.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So when I have crap up from all these things at work, nobody really cares. It's just kind of like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
You have diecast cars, and you have Tom Baker, you have a Star Trek poster, and you have a pony on your desk. Cool, whatever.
That sounds like a really fun life.
Yeah, it's Doctor Who, Star Trek, cars, and ponies. I mean, come
Oh,
on.
okay. So you do like Doctor Who?
Yeah, I haven't watched any of the new season though.
Okay. Best. Who's your favorite Doctor?
Uh I don't think I'm not completely over losing Christopher Eccleston yet. I'm honest. I have to be honest about it.
Really?
I really liked 9. Not to say
Yeah.
10 wasn't great either. And I also really
He
like
was
7.
fantastic.
7's my other favorite.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I definitely. This is a hard one. I really like 9 too. Like I was really sad. That episode was so sad too. I'm like, oh, I can't do this.
He was my first. You always love your first.
Yeah, exactly. He was definitely fantastic, and I'm gonna keep saying fantastic till people laugh in the chatty box.
Exactly.
They're like, okay, Emily, just stop. I mean,
Stop.
yeah. Oh, sorry. I don't know. I think the reason a lot of people really like the 10th Doctor, to be honest, it was probably more of the female fan base because he looks
Well, no,
nice.
that's not true because the thing is, David Tennant's actually a fan, so it was like his dream come true to be the Doctor, and you could see it. And when he was in the role, he really loved it. So
yeah, I mean, you can
that's
tell
what's
that.
great about
Definitely.
like Matt Smith and Christopher Eccleston they were not fans of the show beforehand. So I think it kind of shows.
Mhm.
But that's just me.
Oh yeah, no, I do see like he definitely seems a lot more excited.
Mhm.
He's yeah. If I had to pick a favorite, that's hard. Maybe the 11th, just because he's really funny. I like humor.
I cosplayed as the 11th a couple times. It was fun.
Are you serious?
Completely.
Oh my gosh, I actually want to cosplay the 11th Doctor.
Do it.
I think I will, but I gotta go get a sonic screwdriver. I think they have a green one at Hot Topic.
Yep, I've got a green one. I ordered off of Amazon a couple years ago, or whenever it was that season had just come out, and I remember everyone had a fez, and I was like, I don't want to be another guy with a fez, so I got the real thick Ray-Ban sunglasses, like the Doctor in the Hungry Earth.
Oh yeah,
I was like, yeah, I want to be the Doctor wearing sunglasses. There's no question about it. So
very nice. Do you have any
Mhm.
pictures? Do you have any pictures
I
on
do.
Facebook? Oh man.
there are pictures on Facebook. If you dig back to the summer of 2011, then you should find some pictures of me dressed up as the Doctor with my sunglasses on. So.
I'm gonna definitely look for that,
Well,
right?
the interview that Final drafted with me, that's the picture he used of me for the YouTube video, so
Oh my god, are you serious?
completely.
That is so funny. Oh, draft.
Yeah. He only lives like 20 minutes from me, right?
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, he lives in St. Well, he's moving to Vancouver, as apparently his plan, but right now he lives in St. Paul.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
That is really neat.
Yeah, he's never been to my house. We've never really hung out. I invited him over to my housewarming party. He never showed up, so...
Draft.
Draft! Ah!
Draft. I'm gonna come get you. He's probably gonna listen to this and be like, laughing.
He'll listen to it later and be like, "Ugh!"
I'm never coming to your housewarming parties.
Someone in the stream said he's a bum, and I agree.
Wait.
He's a bum.
He's a bum. I saw someone say Kanye Draft.
Kanye Draft.
What? That is so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's see. So that's all the questions I have. I do want to give people in the chatty box a quick, an opportunity to ask you a question if they want to. So
Yes, it was a Flash Gordon reference.
Oh, okay.
Someone asked.
Oh yeah, I just saw that. Let's see. Okay, so guys, if you have any questions for Notive here,
Mm-hmm.
ask right now in the chatty box
I'll,
because
I'll
it's
forever hold thine peace.
yes, exactly. Ask or forever hold your peace. Why not a Notive?
Oh God. Okay.
Cliff.
Well, well, first of all, it's all lowercase, and okay, I see the questions coming in. So first of all, it's all lowercase, and to be perfectly honest with you, it all started because I couldn't think of what to name myself after I sort of abandoned my previous band and pseudonym. Um, and I thought of this idea of making words with a D prefix, just dropping the E and having a dot instead because it would still be pronounced the same. And I tried to think of words that would sound good. So I bounced around between a couple like destruct and you know Death Note, goofy stuff like that. And then I came across the word denotive, which means someone or something that is capable of naming or defining things. And I thought it was just sort of wonderfully ironic that I was completely unable to give myself a name and that I should name myself thusly. So that's where it came from.
That's wonderful.
Yep.
Alright,
So
let's
then,
see.
what inspired me to do the Bee Gees nod? Actually, do you want to read me the questions? I can just see them.
Oh no, yeah, you can just if you just read them and then answer them, that'd be cool too. Since we're both kind of checking them out.
That's true. So the Bee Gees nod wasn't intentional. I really like the Bee Gees a lot. They're one of my favorite groups and probably a real solid inspiration. And just I heard the rhythm of the song and I just kind of like started like kind of humming the lyrics. I was like, from inside and out, and I'm kind of like, baby, I can't figure it out. Your kisses taste like honey. And I'm like, you know what? I like that rhythm, and I'll just kind of throw those first couple words in there just to make the nod apparent because that was kind of what was on my mind at the time, and that's what I went with. So let's
Nice.
see.
Has
Or
anyone ever said your singing voice is similar to Weird Al's?
yes, they have. It's really apparent when I did Cerulean Blue because I have a very nasally timbre, and usually I can kind of equalize that out a bit and make it less apparent. But because someone else was mixing my vocals, it really really stood out. Especially since I double tracked it, which made it worse. And it's probably also to do a lot with my microphone. I really don't have a good microphone. I have a super cheap microphone. It's on my list of things to replace, but it's not high priority. So
Oh
like I
no,
said,
yeah.
I can usually compensate by doing a good equalization, but anyway. Or of course, Orm Noah wants to know if I've had any luck finding a D50. I'm going to say no, and I'm not really in the market for a D50 either. Um, anyway, I bought a TG77. I don't need a D50. As great as it would be to have a D50, I just want to get a Roland V-Synth with a D50 chip and call it good. So I hope that answers his question. That's probably way more in depth than anyone's really going to get. So, what else? I don't see anything else.
Let's see.
Of all the creations, which am I most proud of? That's tough because I feel like every move forward is a move. Every new one I do is a move forward. It's like a step forward. So I mean, I don't
Bad
know.
Cliff.
I really like. I think the apology probably is the one I'm most proud of so far. I think it was a stylistic new direction for me. Something I've been meaning to do but haven't been able to pull off until now. So I'm really pleased with it, and I can listen to it over and over and over again and not be sick of it, which is usually a good sign. Up until that previously, it was Vicious Lies. So, yeah.
Yeah, I really like the apology.
Thank you. I haven't. Nobody's really done proper R&B, proper old school R&B. So I really had decided a long time ago I needed to give it a go, but I didn't have the right idea to go with. So,
Mhm.
and Solrak's butt or your butt? What a question.
I know that's strange.
I think we need to do a really in-depth point-by-point comparison before I can really
Okay.
answer that question.
Yeah, well, you'll see me at BronyCon, and you'll see him at BronyCon, we'll be together, and you can sit there and kind of think, yeah, exactly, like, Yeah, because there's this thing where I don't know if it was Cliff or Sarge, one of them, they both started it. They were saying, oh, I'm going to touch Sork's butt tomorrow when he gets here, and I'm like, please don't, like, because they know, we were together before we announced it. I'm like, please don't touch his butt. I really would appreciate it. Like, oh, we're going to do it, we're going to get a bunch of people to do it. And they, like, literally, like, they started, like, trending, like, Solrak's butt just to get everyone to touch it at the convention. And I was so upset.
Gross.
I know, I'm like, this is, no, like, stop it. Oh yeah, Eric did it. Sandra's boyfriend. I'm like, guys, please, like, I kept getting behind him, like, protecting his butt. Like, please stop touching his butt, please. It was very uncomfortable.
I just saw another question. Someone said that because I mentioned future pop and EBM,
Oh yeah.
if I still follow it and there are any bands I particularly like. Well, V&V Nation was sort of always my introduction gateway drug to future pop and EBM, and Neurotic Fish. And Assemblage 23. I had actually had a chance to see Assemblage 23 when Tom Shear came to town a couple months ago over the summer. Colony 5. God, there's a whole bunch. Because the thing about EBM and future pop is they're kind of interchangeable. They all sound the same to a certain extent. Psych is another good one. Just heard that Neurotic Fish is back. Be Born in Baton. I think they're not really around anymore. But, yeah, there's a lot of sort of, I call like cheap EBM, but it's really just old EBM and a lot of future pop stuff that I still really like. Oh, Imperative Reaction also as well. I love Imperative Reaction. Is great. They're like electronic punk music. It's fantastic. So.
Very nice. Right. Are there any other? Let's see. Chattybox.
Chattybox.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. She said Chattybox. Every time like a guest says Chattybox, I get really happy.
Chattybox, the box of chats.
Yes.
If I could do a big project, what would I do? I would actually, well, my plan, what I'd like to do eventually, is just work as a producer and get into working as a producer for other artists. And so a big project that I would like to do, take on someday, is I'd like to produce someone else's album, start to finish, work with a band, sit down with them, and just like brainstorm and create. And yeah, I think that's kind of what I'd like to go for in the future, is just sort of working with other individuals and other artists and sort of giving them a voice and giving them a sound and creating something. So.
Okay, I'm gonna assume. I think we should do this. Honestly, I think you, Acoustic Brony, and I, or Ed rather, whatever you want, and we should all do like make a song. Apparently, everyone's asking for this. Everyone says we should make a song out of Ed.
Well, it'd be really simple because I could just sample Ed, and then just like like loop it, like as a kick.
Yeah.
Ed.
Are you able to like change the tune to it and everything?
I don't know. I could. I'm not that good at doing these crazy things. All these crazy fun things that kids do now. So
you can do the loop of that, and then I can do like a tune because I can do like a soprano and.
There you go. And you can go Ed. Perfect.
And yeah. That'd be cool. We can get a beat going on, and that'd be so cool, guys. This is gonna be like the next hit on YouTube.
Let's see.
Sounds like a Squirtle remix.
That can happen. So I see a couple more questions.
That's like the oh god.
I will not be performing at BronyCon, even though I will probably be there. And would I do more R&B? Absolutely. But my thing is I love 80s R&B because I grew up and I live in Minneapolis, and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are from here, and they did Prince and Janet Jackson and the SOS Band, and that's kind of their jam, and it's my jam too. And got a whole stack of vinyl of just old school R&B from the mid 80s, and that's kind of what I would love to do.
Wow.
Yep. And Yins wants to know what kind of car I drive. I've got two cars. My project car is a 1976 Datsun 280Z Coupe, which I've been working on for about 7 years. And my other one, I have a little Saturn SL that I just kind of putz around in the snow. And I'm not sure what Mini Applejack means about production on stage shows, but
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Favorite pie? Like, you guys are running out of questions, I have a feeling.
I know. I feel like it's like, have I ever hung out with Draft or Jay Holler? Draft, yes. Jay Holler, I don't think I've ever met.
Yeah. Really, guys, favorite cake? Come on. Portal cake!
Nope. not answering any of those silly questions. That's ridiculous.
Come on, guys. You guys are crazy. What is the meaning of life?
Well, then.
What genre would you like to do?
I feel like I've kind of done a lot of what I want to do, but I feel like I want to go back and do them better. I want to do more ballads. I'd really like to try and do a rock song. I have a guitar, pretty decent fake bass and decent fake drums. It'd be great to really try like to do like a pop punk kind of thing. So actually also my guilty pleasure right now is Fall Out Boy. I don't really listen to that kind of music a lot, but it's kind of like, all right, I really like their new single, and I do kind of like some of their older songs, and it might be fun to try something like that once, just to do it. You know, so stylistically and genre-wise, I'd like to do something like that. So,
that'd be pretty cool. Alright, let's see. Paleo asks, okay, so since you went to school for film, did you ever have intentions to make a movie idea you've had?
Oh, funny question.
Mhm.
I actually have a feature-length screenplay that I wrote a couple of years ago. It's 117 pages. I've been meaning to sort of revise a few scenes in it. It would be great to produce it someday. I did go to school for film, and I had always intended to write it as the first part of a trilogy. So there could be more. I definitely have a creative writing side to me that I could explore in the future.
That is really neat. Let's see. Do you use a Mac or a PC to produce your music?
A PC. I actually use Windows XP right now. It's so old, so...
Oh, no, that's totally fine. You definitely don't want to get a Windows 8 like I have it. It's horrible.
The best I would do is Windows 7. I really do like Windows 7, which is what I'll probably go to. Because I use Cakewalk Sonar, and to use Sonar X2, I'd need to have Windows 7 at least, so...
Okay, let's see. Come on, guys. We gotta ask questions about his music, not like Minecraft.
My opinion... Yeah, I'm not a gamer, so asking me questions on Minecraft would be really moot. I already kind of said what my feeling on collaborations, though. I don't really do...
That was earlier, guys.
And someone wants to know my favorite musical. I'm going to get a lot of crap for this, but I really honestly don't like musicals that much.
That's okay.
I like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang and West Side Story, but that's really about it. I mean, the producers to some extent, but I mean, as a theater snob, my issue with musicals is that they always broke fourth wall, and I'm like, no, we cannot break the fourth wall. We cannot break the wall. It is there for a reason. So.
Yes, I know what you mean. It's confusing.
And it's just kind of like, the musical just kind of encourages the stage performers to interact with the audience a little too much, and it's kind of like pantomiming, and that's my inner performance artist purist is like, that is such a, it steams me.
It steams you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Do I have or do I intend to get any analog synthesizers? Well, funny story. I technically have two, or at least one. The Microcore kind of counts as an analog synthesizer, and the Alesis Micron also sort of counts, even though they have chips in them to sort of help me store my patches. But from what I remember, they are technically considered analog synthesizers, at least the Microcore is. But I do have sort of a fetish for digital ones as well, which is why I have the Yamaha TG77 and the Roland Alpha Juno 2. So that's, I don't know, I really like that. But I'd love to have, I'd love to have an ARP 2600 someday, if only because they're so legendarily regarded in the beginning of synthesizer music. So like, pretty much all the percussion on the very first Depeche Mode album was done with an ARP 2600, and Vince Clarke definitely used one a lot for a lot of erasure and yazoo. So the ARP 2600 is also reasonably portable. I've kind of got a space for one back here in the studio where I could put one someday, maybe, if I'm lucky. So that's what I'd love to have.
That'd be really cool.
If you ever see one in person, they're just kind of, they're kind of intimidating because they're so big and they're just covered with knobs and dials. But I love that. Actually, I saw one in person when I brought my Roland in to get fixed. They had one in the shop. I'm like, the College of St. Catherine just gave it to us. It wasn't working, and now it's ours, and we fixed it. And I'm just like,
Beautiful.
And they're blue, so.
Oh wow! I kind of want to look at this. I want to search it up.
You should. It's quite nice.
Okay, guys. Let's see. What was the name of the music program you use again?
Cakewalk Sonar.
Cakewalk Sonar. Alright, let's see. We're going to wrap up questions soon, guys.
Yeah, it's kind of getting to be that time, so.
Exactly. So we'll take, maybe 2 more questions? Alright.
Paleo wants to know what's in my aquarium, so that's, and as he's a water creature enthusiast, he deserves to know. I've got 5 tiger barbs. I've got a rainbow shark, a couple of zebra danios, and I have a fiddler crab at the bottom living in a little air pocket. That's about it so far, though.
That's adorable.
Mm-hmm. Little 15-gallon. Not a big, little freshwater thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see. You can pick out the last one, definitely.
Okay, well, let's see here. I don't know. I can't really
Which one? Yeah, like whichever question you feel like asking, or answering.
Mm-hmm. What aspects in the pony songs appeal to me? I think it's because I had to contend with just a limited context. Because I have to make something out of nothing, and then I have to limit it to a context that sort of is it has to stay within the context of what happens in the show, or it has to expand on it somehow. And so I have to like work within this very confined space to make something that makes sense. And I like that because it kind of it's a nice intellectual challenge. You can't just write a song with a bunch of like random love lyrics and like some love, 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 and whatever else they sing about on Top 40. I pay attention, but not too much. So it's always about never, ever, ever getting back together and partying all night long and everybody shuffling. So it's kind of nice to think about things in a different context from time to time. So.
Yeah. Alright, so Sweetie Bella. Okay. Sorry, I was reading deep.
You're reading the comments?
Yes, I am. I'm reading the comments from the chatty box. The box of the chats. Alright, okay guys, so that was the last question. I don't want to like bombard you with like a million other questions because I know people...
There have been a lot of questions like that in that very, very last like little push, like, oh man, this is the last one, quickly, everybody ask a question.
Yeah, they're like, go, go, go. I'm sorry guys. But yeah, oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Should have asked those questions earlier, young people.
Exactly, guys, come on.
Now I get to be indignant and go, ha.
You lose.
Good day.
I said good day.
So.
Alright, so I thank you so much for coming on to Pegasisters Live. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it was a delight, absolutely.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and Chattybox, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'm sure they all thank you very much for coming on here. They all were very excited to hear from you.
Oh, it was a pleasure, honestly. And you're so nice, too. So it's really not a difficult decision. It was just finding the time to do it, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. It was just like all scheduling. Like, okay, we've got to figure this out.
Well, I thought I'd work it out where there wouldn't be anybody home tonight, but I underestimated their determination to get back into town before we get like a huge snowstorm tomorrow, I guess.
Oh, my.
Yeah, apparently like the next couple of hours we're going to get a whole bunch of snow here. So I don't know what's going to happen now.
Oh, my gosh.
Now I got a guy from Sears coming tomorrow to talk to me about getting a new furnace, and luckily I don't have to go anywhere, so that's all there is.
Yeah, oh, that's good. You can just stay indoors. And...
Yeah, Sunday and Monday are my not working days, so I can just stay in town.
Same.
Or stay in the house.
Yeah, Sunday I usually work in the morning usually, but around the evening it's like when I'm prepping, and then Monday is usually my day off, ironically.
Perfect.
Yes, it's very nice. Everyone's like all the youngins are at school and everyone's working, and I'm at home kicking it.
Yeah, same. I mean, my roommates are the same way, though, so it's kind of like, oh, man, I never really get to be alone.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Not your fault, right? I mean, come on.
Alright, so I think we're going to do our little awkward goodbye thing, and so...
Alright, it's cool. It's fine. It's fine.
What?
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. It's fine.
I'll give you a hug at BronyCon. Does that sound
Alright,
good?
that sounds wonderful. I'm sure.
Yes.
I will try to remember to do the objective side-by-side comparison,
Oh
and then we'll do the...
Okay. Are you going to tell us, like, who... You're going to, like...
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see how Solrak feels about it.
Oh, God. Or me. I mean, you could always pick Sork's butt over mine.
That's true. I could do that. It would have to be a very objective decision, though. I can't do it sight unseen.
It's hard. It's definitely. I understand. You can tell me on Facebook. We don't want to get anyone offended.
So. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to get going, but it's been really great to talk to you guys, and I really appreciate all the questions, and thanks for taking some time for me.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, you're very welcome.
Alright, bye.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Alright, Chattybox, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I love you guys so much. Tune in next week. I'm going to have on Chaotic Brony, and he is like the really nifty guy on Twitter, and he makes really nice jewelry. You might know him from he's at a lot of conventions, so definitely tune in next week when we're gonna talk to him. So thank you so much, guys. I love you guys so much. Bye, Chattybox. Love you. Bye.